It says, you want to know the true story of Hanukkah? Don't ask me. Read this book. That's why we're starting with the back cover instead of the front. Here you go. This is called Meet the Latkes. Now, latkes are a traditional dish that you serve at Hanukkah, and they are like potato hash browns, really. And there is a significance, as in every Jewish holiday, every type of food you eat has some significance for the holiday, which we'll learn about, I'm sure. They made them into a family, the Latke family, okay? And this was written by Alan Silberberg. Let's get into this story. I'm excited. It's a new one that I've never read with a class before. So I'm really excited to share it with you. Meet the Latke family. They're just like you and me, except they're potato pancakes. That's Lucy Latke and her dog, Applesauce. Hello! Woof! Mama and Papa are busy in the kitchen making fried jelly donuts. Sufganiyot. Lucy's older brother, Lex, is reading comic books. Get out of my room, he shouts. Lex is a teenager. He doesn't care about anything. I don't care. But Lex should care because tonight's the night, Lucy sings. It's the first night of Hanukkah. No, it's not. Oh, right. There's someone else in the Latke family. What is she holding here? Do you know what this symbol is? That's called a menorah. And do you know what this one is? That top is called a dreidel. Grandpa! Hi there. Tonight's not Hanukkah, Grandpa says. It's Chanukah. That's what I said. Lucy is confused. Hanukkah. Grandpa grumbles. Say it with me. Hanukkah! Actually, both Hanukkah and Chanukah are right. The holiday name is Hebrew, so there are different ways to spell it and say it in English. Hanukkah and Chanukah. Thanks, Applesauce, says Lucy. Says Grandpa. Know-it-all dog. Getting ready for Hanukkah? Hanukkah! The Latke family cooks and sings, oh, dreidel, 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 and decorates the house. We have the Star of David, the dreidels, except for Lex. He still doesn't care about anything. I still don't care. Then after the menorah is lit, now you notice there's 2 candles. On the first night of Hanukkah, we always use the middle candle, which is the shamash. The shamash candle is our helper candle, and it lights the other 8 candles. So it lit the first candle. After the menorah is lit and the dreidels are spun and the gelt gets gobbled, gelt is chocolate coins, and they're wrapped in gold foil, so they look like gold coins. Grandpa plops Lucy onto his lap. Do you want to hear about the miracle of Hanukkah, my little Latke? I do, Lucy says, biting into her last chocolate coin. Grandpa begins with just a whisper. First, you need to know about the bees. Bees? Lucy asks. Grandpa nods. Hanukkah is a celebration of how the Jewish temple was saved from destruction. We celebrate this holiday thanks to the brave bees who buzzed and stung and fought to keep our people safe. I'm pretty sure there aren't any bees in the history of Hanukkah or Chanukah. Pheh, says Grandpa. Whose story is this? Lucy's eyes widen. Were the bees big, Grandpa? Big. They were huge, giant. They were mega bees. You mean Maccabees. Nope, Grandpa says. Definitely mega bees. And the biggest, bravest bee of them all was Judah Maccabee. Judah Maccabee. He was a mighty warrior and heroic Jew who lived in Israel more than 2,000 years ago. And there were no bees. The dog seems to know what he's talking about. But Lucy can see it now. See, sorry about that. But Lucy can see it now. Judah and his swarm of giant bees buzzing and stinging and fighting to save the Jewish temple and the lives of everyone who worshiped there. Pow! And who do you think Judah and his big bees were battling, Grandpa asks. That's easy. It was alien potatoes from Planet Chhhhh, Grandpa booms. No. Yes. This is ridiculous. Zip, zap, zawowie, Grandpa continues. Outer space spuds invaded Earth. Lasers shot from their eyes, and they had a lot of eyes. Everyone was doomed. Help! Are you kidding me? The enemy wasn't a bunch of alien potatoes. It was a terrible king named Antiochus, says Applesauce. Antiochus demanded that everyone believe in the same religion as he did, Applesauce goes on. So for the Jews, that meant no more studying Torah, no more celebrating Shabbat, and never again worshiping God. King Antiochus and his followers almost completely destroyed the Jewish temple. No, 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 no. He was a tyrant. Yup. Bonk. Ooh. Yes, a tyrant, agrees Grandpa. Judah and the Megabees were trapped by those evil tater tyrants from Planet Chhhhh. Prisoners in their own hive. They had only enough honey to last one day. Running out of honey? No, they were running out of oil. They needed oil to keep the temple's eternal flame burning. And they weren't bees. Shh, said Grandpa. The Megabees plotted and schemed, Grandpa says. And the next morning, when the sun rose on the temple, an enormous wooden dreidel stood in the village square. What could it be? The alien potatoes all wondered. And why does it buzz? Lucy waves her arms. I know, the Megabees were hiding inside the dreidel. This is a silly story. Smart Latke, cries Grandpa. Plitz, plots, plots. The Megabees burst from the dreidel and sliced and whipped and mashed those tater tyrants into tatters. Whoop! Tattered tater tyrants? Lucy asks. Try saying that 3 times fast, Grandpa says. Tatter tater tyrants, tatter tater tyrants, tatter tater tyrants. Ooh, I did that pretty well. And then, miracle of miracles, Grandpa says. Judah Megabee stood in the middle of all those spoiled spuds. What a waste, he said. And so that great warrior added some egg, an onion, and a pinch of flour to make something good from the bad. Potato-latkes. Us? Us! Oi. Lucy's eyes and mouth are wide open. So the miracle of Hanukkah is that a long time ago Megabees turned alien potatoes into latkes? Is that really true? Do you think that's true? Of course it's not true, said Applesauce. The miracle of Hanukkah is that not only did the small group of Maccabees protect their temple from King Antiochus' powerful army, but also the tiny bit of oil left to the light, the holy menorah, didn't last for just one day. That oil kept the eternal light bright for 8 whole days. Lucy points to her family's glowing menorah. 8 candle holders, 8 days of the Hanukkah miracle, and the shamus, the tallest candle to light all the others. You know what, says Grandpa? I like the dog's miracle better. Me too, says Mama. Me too, says Papa. I don't care, says Lex, stuffing his face with chocolate gelt. Lex, you left your room, cries Mama. It's another Hanukkah miracle. Hug. Chanukah, says Grandpa. Grandpa pats Applesauce. Now that we all know the Hanukkah story, he gives a wooden dreidel a little spin. Who wants to hear about Passover? Now this goes on to tell a little bit more about Hanukkah and the backstory and what each person or thing in the story was. It's a little glossary of terms if you're not sure. What I'll do is I'll put these in the description below so you can look at them yourself. Well, what do you think of that? I thought that was very silly. Grandpa's talking about an alien and all the potatoes, and the dog is actually correcting his mistakes and telling the true story. Like I said, I will put the definitions in glossary terms in the description below, and I really hope that you have a blessed Hanukkah if you celebrate, or Chanukah, as Grandpa says. And this holiday season is all about family and gatherings and getting together. Obviously, do it safely, and we'll see you soon. Signing out. Bye-bye.